So listen, if you're in that space right now, confused, uncertain, disconnected, you're not sure where to go, stop trying to escape it. Be present. Live where your feet are and be aware. Everybody wants to skip the part. What's up, guys? I'm out here right now outside the gym. Oh, damn, you're the only car in this parking lot. It's 10 p.m. I just did sauna, cardio, active recovery today, but worked on my client programs earlier. I wanted to come on here and talk about how a lot of guys, I was one of them too, I felt lost, and a lot of guys feel lost right now in this world. When you're in the moment, when you're in the depth of that struggle, stuck in that darkness, it's really hard to see the light and to understand the meaning of why you feel lost, why you're in this rut, why you feel this pain, and why you're in the depth of this struggle. But feeling lost means you're exactly where you should be. It's the best thing to ever happen to somebody, especially a man. If you feel lost right now, good. That's exactly where this transformation really starts. Most people think being lost just means they failed or they're not where they're supposed to be, but being lost just means you finally stepped outside of the illusion of knowing who you were supposed to be and truly stepping into it. The moment you feel lost, the old version of you dies. You're in between that change. A lot of people cling to plans and titles or routines for their identity, but when you feel lost in life, you finally stopped living the script that everybody else wrote for you growing up. Your parents, people around you. Every transformation goes through what I like to call the shadow phase, that dark, confusing period in your life where you just start to question everything that you've done, everything that's happening and everything around you. And the only reason it feels so heavy is because you're shedding the parts of you that you can't bring with you to that next level. And it feels like you don't really know yourself. You know, most people cling to certainty because it makes them feel safe. And they stay in these jobs that they're comfortable in, and these relationships they don't like, and these routines that they've been forced in, and not because they're happy, but because it's familiar, it's comfortable. And it's weird and it's uncomfortable for them to get off that path. It's scary. It's the uncertainty that scares them. And I've been there. And you've probably noticed in those times where you thought you were sure about your life, but those were the same times where you were just drifting. You know, you weren't growing, you were just maintaining everything because you knew exactly what was going to happen next. You were on the same path. But when life shakes that up and you lose some of that direction, or something ends, like a relationship, you kind of freak out because you've lost your sense of identity in that moment. You're not actually afraid of being lost, though. You're just afraid of not being who you thought you were. And I remember when I first started this whole, coaching and the gym, the mindset work and the deep work, that the self-development journey that I'm on, there were these moments, where I had no idea who I was anymore, right? The routines, the people, even the emotions that I used to rely on. I was an avoidant person with my emotions, my relationships. I was a loner. I ran away from my thoughts. I never faced them. I had a lot of struggles that I didn't even know were struggles at the time. At one point, I realized this isn't me. It doesn't feel right. I'm meant for more. And that was kind of terrifying, but that was also when everything started to change. Being lost is just your life clearing out space for something else that's real, that's meant for you. Think about it. You can't rebuild your identity if it's already full of noise and opinions and distractions. Feeling lost strips that away. It's like the universe is hitting a reset on your mental compass, and you can finally find your own path, your own north. And in the shadow phase, you're not supposed to have all the answers. You're supposed to feel confused, and that's the only way you can actually start building from the truth within your heart, instead of your ego. When you stop chasing the clarity, the certainty, and you start moving through uncertainty and the uncomfortability, that's when the real clarity starts to show up. You're not lost. You're just no longer pretending to be somebody that you're not. And it feels uncomfortable. You know, there was a point in my life after my breakup where I felt completely disconnected from who I was. I thought I lost everything. My relationship, the routine, my sense of purpose that I thought I had that was tied to that. But I really just lost what I lost with those parts of me that were built on needing validation. And I just realized that I needed to rebuild not my relationship, not my situation, but myself. The relationship I had with myself was what needed to be rebuilt. And through that, I learned that being lost forces you to start asking the deeper questions in life. What do I really want? What do I actually value? What's my purpose? Who am I? Without the things that I'm attached to, that I was forced to be attached to growing up, you know, without the unwanted inputs from everybody around you influencing you, the distractions. And that's when you start creating from alignment within your heart to your true calling. That's when the confusion starts to turning to direction. So listen, if you're in that space right now, confused, uncertain, disconnected, you're not sure where to go, stop trying to escape it. Be present. Live where your feet are and be aware. Everybody wants to skip to the part where they're confident and they're clear, but the truth is you can't find yourself without getting lost first, without failing, without feeling like you have no idea where you're going. Being lost isn't a detour. It's the path. It's the path. It's part of it, because you can't create a new version of yourself while still holding on to that old one. You need to sit in the dark long enough in order to realize that the light is within you. You don't find the light. So if you're in that situation right now, you're just in the in-between. It's just the shadow phase. The world calls it confusion, but in your soul and in your heart, that's the real transformation. That's the evolution. You're rebuilding, you're shifting your identity. Feeling lost is good because it means you're no longer lying to yourself. So guys, I know you guys liked that last video I put out, and you know, I got a lot of good feedback, and I'm honestly truly grateful to be able to inspire people that I've never seen or met before, and it felt really good. It inspired me to make another video, another one of these. And if you're in that shadow, that dark phase right now, just keep going, because this is when you are reborn into the man that you're meant to become. This is when you come into that light that's only found within yourself. If you guys like this, if you guys want to support, you know, my Instagram is handy.56. I post a lot of good content on there. I share my life, my lifestyle, and you know, what I do in my day-to-day. You know, if you guys want to support, I really appreciate that. You don't have to, but I'm gonna keep putting these videos out because a lot of people were enjoying it in that last one. So thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one.